This video is proudly sponsored by Baolau. For all your ticketing needs in Asia, check them out at the link above now. Today we're back in beautiful Taiwan to take the most scenic train journey on the island, nestled deep in the majestic Alishan Forest. This is somewhat of a hidden gem in the railway world, so come along with me and let's check it out together. Taiwan's interior is very mountainous and even more forested, with a total tree coverage of around 60%. It's a little known fact about this island of 23 million people, but one I wanted to explore more, so this railway seemed to cover all bases, so to speak. If you don't speak English, please turn on the closed caption subtitles below, which are translated into 140 languages. You can also now change the audio track to 8 other languages, including Spanish, Italian, French, German, Japanese and Hindi. Today's journey starts in Chiayi, a city with a population of 260,000 located on Taiwan's west coast. The station is also on the West Coast Main Line, which connects Taiwan's capital Taipei in the north to its second city Kaohsiung in the deep south. Outside the front of the station is a bus, taxi and car drop-off area. And also 2 ticket windows dedicated to the Alishan Forest Railway. A timetable and route map are also available here. Then, heading inside, there is a large staff ticket office for the mainline railway, along with many automatic ticket machines and a convenience store. The Alishan Railway's tickets won't work on the gate line, so you'll need to show yours at the manual gate and the staff member will let you through.
Go straight until 10 car.
Chiayi is served by all of the regional and most of the long distance services operating up and down Taiwan's West Coast Main Line, including these beautiful old loco hauled sets and these swish new electric units, which are very similar to UK Class 800 trains. There is a different Chiayi station for Taiwan's high-speed bullet trains. That's a totally separate system. Click the link above now for my review on these fantastic trains. If you follow the signs down to the far right end of the platform from where you entered, you find the bay platform used solely by the Alishan Railway. It's clearly signposted. The Alishan network is 762mm narrow gauge compared to the legacy network, which is 1067mm Cape gauge. Our train pulls in around 10 minutes before scheduled departure. Hauling, or rather pushing us today, is a small diesel locomotive built by the Taiwan Rolling Stock Company in 2007. These have a power output of just 750 horsepower. Trailing is a rake of 5 coaches, which are all the same class of travel. Coach 1 has a wider doorway and a dedicated wheelchair space, but unfortunately no large accessible toilet. There is a cab car on the rear to allow for push-pull operations. Before we board, let's check out today's twisty 46km route from Chiayi at 30 meters above sea level up to Fenqhiu, which stands at 1,400 meters in elevation. Carriage numbers and destination boards are clearly displayed on the outside of every coach, and on the platforms too. Boarding is level, however there is a gap to cross, so a ramp is available if required. Wow, you can really appreciate how narrow these coaches are now we're on board. You can store your luggage on this large stack just inside the entrance door or on the small overhead racks. All seating is in a 2+1 configuration and they look to be pretty comfy. We'll be sure to check them out in more detail once we get going.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome on board.
All onboard announcements are made in both Mandarin and English.
From Chiayi to Fenqhiu.
We depart exactly on time at 9:30 am. This 46.1 kilometre journey from Chiayi to Fenqhiu is scheduled to take 2 hours and 21 minutes of travel time today, arriving at 11:51 am. The cost of this return journey day trip was 768 new Taiwanese dollars per adult. Pretty good value, I think. Children under 6 years old travel for free. Those aged 6 to 12 get a 50% discount. Lots of construction work is happening in and around the station. Does anyone know what this bridge section is for? Leave a comment below. Almost immediately, we diverge right from Taiwan's west coast main line and head down this predominantly single track line. At the time of filming, and since 2009, Fenqhiu was the furthest you could go by train due to track and tunnel works beyond due to typhoon damage. You had to take a bus beyond there. However, the line has now reopened all the way to Alishan, so you can now take the train there again after a 15-year hiatus. On the left here, we pass another Alishan loco. This one is hauling some basic wooden coaches which just make local trips around Chiayi as opposed to towards the forest where we're heading today. To celebrate the reopening of the line, these new luxury tourist coaches were launched. They look fantastic and I can't wait to try these out the next time I'm back in Taiwan. The Alishan Forest Railway opened back in 1912 to move logs from the inland forested areas back to the mainland for onward transport and export. Okay, let's check out the seats, which are in a 2+1 configuration throughout. They can also be rotated to face the direction of travel, or to form a bay of 2 or 4 as desired. The cushions are very soft, making them super comfortable. There is a slight winged headrest and adjustable armrests. The seat can also be reclined a good amount using this lever down the side. Legroom is adequate and there's a non-adjustable footrest down below. There is also a small storage net, a drinks holder, but no tray table or power sockets. On the windows are curtains, and up above are directional air conditioning vents. Overall, a very comfortable seating area for this trip. In every coach there is a Western style toilet. This is a pretty small and very compact space. The water worked, however there was no soap or hand dryer or hand towels present. There was plenty of toilet paper available, but the whole room in general was in need of a good deep clean in my opinion. The pièce de résistance though is the opening window, the only one in the coach, so as a result I spent quite a bit of time in here. I'm sure my fellow passengers thought I had a problem, one unrelated to filming the amazing train window views. These trains don't have onboard Wi-Fi, so to stay connected wherever I go, I always use an eSIM. I recommend Airalo. You can get $3 off your first eSIM by clicking the link above or in the description below and using the code on screen now. I absolutely love all the cute little stations along the way. They're so traditional with wooden platforms and buildings and also well cared for. Touches like this really make you know how much this railway means to its staff. As we continue to wind our way higher up in elevation and deeper into the forest, the views start to get even better. It's so lush and green up here, you can really smell the super fresh air. The Alishan Railway broadly follows the route of the road, and as such we cross it quite a few times. Unfortunately, with the track gauge being so narrow and the rails being fairly old, the ride quality is pretty abysmal. If you get motion sick, I'd suggest taking some tablets before embarking on this journey. If you want ad-free, early access to every video, great perks and to help me do bigger and better reviews, then become a channel member from just £1.99 per month. Just click the link above now or the join button in every video. Thank you! The full 86km Alishan Railway route has 50 tunnels and 77 bridges, but we will cross far fewer than that on today's trip as far as Fenqhiu. This is such an iconic railway on the island, and I love how everyone stops, gets their cameras out and waves as we pass. In the words of Train Viking, this must be the most photographed train in Taiwan. By the way, check out his channel for more excellent train trip reports from all around the world. The highest elevation on the line is at the far end at Alishan Station. This is 2,216 metres above sea level. However, the highest we will reach is when we arrive at Fenqhiu Station, which stands at 1,403 metres in elevation. This journey reminds me so much of the trip I took in northern India on the Darjeeling Railway, which operates at similar elevations in the Himalayan mountains. To check out my review on board this fantastic toy train, click the link above now. There is a lot of commentary throughout the journey in both Mandarin and English, pointing out the main highlights of the route. This is especially helpful as with all the tree cover in the dense jungle, you sometimes don't have very long to see the scenic spots. As well as a tourist train, I can imagine that this service is a vital link back to the coastal areas to the villages high up in the Taiwanese interior. With a few return services per day, it's pretty well connected. We are now approaching the end of today's journey, so let me summarise my trip on the Alishan Forest Mountain Railway from Chiayi to Fenqhiu. What a great experience! A brilliant value and super exciting trip through the jungle. Certainly the most scenic line I have been on in Taiwan so far, although I'm yet to travel along the east coastline. The staff were friendly, and except for the bad ride quality, I had a thoroughly enjoyable journey. I'm excited to come back and ride the luxury trains on the full route to Alishan in the near future. We arrive in Fenqhiu right on time at 11:51 AM. Watch until the end and I'll show you a few clips exploring this cute little mountain village. There's lots to see and do to pass 3 or 4 hours, including shopping, eating and hiking. Have you been on any trains in Taiwan before? If so, which ones and on which routes? How did you find them? Let me know in the comments below. I'm always open to new video ideas and suggestions, so drop me a DM on Instagram, Blue Sky or Twitter for anything you really want to see on the channel. Don't forget to subscribe, and thanks for watching to the end, and I'll see you in the next video.